For years, people assumed they already understood the Jackson family. With one of the most famous surnames in entertainment history, every relationship connected to the family seems destined to attract attention, rumors, and headlines. But Jaafar Jackson's story has been surprisingly different. Jaafar, Michael Jackson's nephew and the son of Jermaine Jackson, has spent much of his life growing up under the enormous shadow of the Jackson name. Yet while the world was watching the family, he was quietly building a relationship that would last for almost a decade. That relationship is with singer Maddie Simpson. What makes their story unusual is not simply how long they have been together. It is the fact that their relationship began long before Jaafar became the center of worldwide attention for portraying his uncle Michael Jackson in the 2026 biopic Michael. The story reportedly began in Los Angeles during the summer of 2016. Jaafar was 19 at the time. He had already started spending serious time in music and dance studios, working on his own artistic identity while carrying the expectations that came with his family name. Maddie was also pursuing music. She was an R&B singer who wanted to build a career around her voice and songwriting rather than simply becoming known because of a famous relationship. According to the script, the two met through that creative environment. Jaafar was focused on dancing and developing his abilities, while Maddie was working on songs nearby. There was no huge celebrity party or dramatic Hollywood introduction. Instead, their connection reportedly developed naturally through spending time in the same creative spaces. By June 2016, they had reportedly started dating. Then, in July, Maddie made their relationship public through Instagram. There was no elaborate announcement and no attempt to turn their romance into a major media event. It was simply the beginning of a relationship that would remain remarkably private. Their first significant public appearance as a couple reportedly came in 2018 at the Q85 celebration honoring Quincy Jones. Even then, they did not behave like a couple desperate for attention. They simply appeared together, already having spent roughly 2 years building their relationship away from the cameras. Over the following years, Maddie occasionally shared anniversary messages online. Her posts focused on growing together, learning together, and appreciating the time they had spent with each other. Jaafar, meanwhile, rarely discussed the relationship publicly. That difference was important. Maddie occasionally allowed fans to see small pieces of their life, but she did not turn the relationship into constant social media content. There were no endless couple videos or dramatic public statements. Instead, there were occasional reminders that they were still together. In 2021, for example, Maddie marked their 5th anniversary by reflecting on how fortunate she felt that they had grown up together and continued learning alongside each other. The following year, her message again emphasized appreciating their time together. For nearly 7 years, this pattern continued. While the internet often waited for another Jackson family controversy, Jaafar and Maddie largely stayed away from the noise. Then everything changed in January 2023. That was when Jaafar was announced as the actor chosen to portray Michael Jackson in the highly anticipated biographical film. This was not an ordinary acting opportunity. Jaafar was being asked to portray one of the most recognizable entertainers in history, and someone who also happened to be his own uncle. She publicly expressed her admiration for his dedication and preparation, describing the amount of effort he was putting into the role. Behind the scenes, according to the script, Jaafar's preparation became intense. He reportedly spent long hours practicing dance routines, studying Michael's movements, working on his voice, and examining old footage to understand the details of his uncle's performances. The responsibility was enormous. He wasn't simply playing another famous person. He was portraying a member of his own family whose legacy is recognized around the world. Maddie remained a source of support during that period. The script describes her as someone who witnessed the difficult side of the process, the exhaustion, pressure, uncertainty, and moments when Jaafar questioned whether he could truly meet the expectations surrounding the role. But while the public was watching the movie develop, another story began circulating online. During the middle and later part of 2023, rumors appeared suggesting that the pressure of the role might have affected Jaafar and Maddie's relationship. Some social media users speculated that Jaafar had become so focused on becoming Michael that he was emotionally distant from Maddie. Others suggested that the couple might have experienced serious problems during the most demanding periods of filming and training. But the important point is that these claims were never confirmed. There were no verified statements from Jaafar or Maddie announcing a breakup. There was no confirmed evidence showing that their relationship had collapsed. The rumors appeared largely because people were filling in the blanks surrounding a couple who had always kept their private lives away from the public. And instead of responding to every rumor, they did what they had done from the beginning. They stayed quiet. That silence may have been one of the strongest indicators that they were determined to protect their relationship from outside attention. While Jaafar focused on completing Michael, Maddie continued supporting him. Eventually, the movie moved closer to release. And when Michael finally reached its major promotional period in 2026, the public was about to see something they had rarely witnessed before. Jaafar and Maddie began appearing together publicly. For the first time, audiences could see the couple standing side by side at major events connected to the movie. But this was not the beginning of their relationship. It was simply the moment when the world finally noticed a relationship that had already existed for years. By the beginning of 2025, Jaafar Jackson and Maddie Simpson had reportedly been together for nearly 9 years. They had already made it through the early stages of their careers, years of privacy, and the enormous pressure surrounding Jaafar's preparation for Michael. Then their relationship entered a new chapter. According to reports referenced in the original script, Jaafar proposed to Maddie sometime before February 2025. The engagement reportedly featured a distinctive yellow diamond rather than the traditional white diamond. The choice was described as unusual and personal, matching the low-key nature of their relationship. Neither Jaafar nor Maddie publicly revealed every detail about the proposal. Instead, they celebrated privately with family and close friends. For most of 2025, the engagement remained relatively quiet. Then, toward the end of the year, Maddie reportedly shared a brief glimpse connected to wedding dress shopping. It was not a major announcement, but for people who had followed their relationship, the meaning was obvious. After almost a decade together, marriage appeared to be the next step. Then came 2026. The release of Michael completely changed Jaafar's level of public exposure. He was no longer simply known as Jermaine Jackson's son or Michael Jackson's nephew. He was now the young actor responsible for portraying the king of pop on screen. As the film's promotional campaign grew, Jaafar and Maddie began appearing together more frequently. One of the most significant moments came during the international premiere in Berlin. The two walked the red carpet together, giving fans their first major public look at the relationship that had existed largely away from cameras. They later appeared together at events in Los Angeles and other locations connected to the film. For many fans, the biggest surprise was not their appearance itself. It was discovering that they had already been together since 2016. The relationship had not suddenly appeared because Jaafar was becoming famous. It had existed before the movie, before the red carpets, and before the massive attention surrounding his performance. After the promotional events, the couple also appeared to spend time traveling. Maddie shared moments from London and Kyoto, while later photographs showed the pair enjoying time together in Capri. The Capri images became especially popular because they appeared so relaxed. Rather than looking like celebrities deliberately creating a romantic photo opportunity, they seemed to be enjoying ordinary time together. But once their relationship became highly visible, not everyone reacted positively. The original script describes a backlash that emerged from parts of the Michael Jackson fan community. One particularly controversial incident involved a private Instagram group chat in which Maddie was reportedly added. Instead of simply welcoming her, members allegedly questioned her about her relationship with Jaafar and her place beside him. Screenshots reportedly circulated showing the conversation becoming increasingly personal and hostile. Critics condemned the behavior, arguing that Maddie was being unfairly targeted simply because she was Jaafar's partner. Some of the comments reportedly accused her of using Jaafar's fame or benefiting from his growing profile. Other insults were directed personally at Maddie rather than at anything she had actually done. The situation revealed an uncomfortable reality about celebrity fandom. When fans become deeply attached to a famous family, some begin to feel entitled to judge or control the personal relationships of its members. But Jaafar's relationship existed long before the current wave of fame. Maddie was not someone who had suddenly appeared after Michael became successful. She had reportedly been with him since he was 19. She had seen him before the movie. She had supported him during the difficult preparation process. And she had remained beside him while the public was beginning to discover his career. The backlash did not stop there. The script also describes negative comments appearing around public appearances, with some users questioning why Maddie was visible alongside Jaafar. Others criticized her own music career and suggested she was receiving attention because of her relationship. Then another rumor began circulating. In 2026, short-form videos appeared online claiming that Jaafar had postponed his wedding indefinitely. Some of these posts presented the claim as though it came from an insider. Others suggested that Jaafar wanted to concentrate on his career before getting married. However, the original script emphasizes that there was no confirmed statement from Jaafar or Maddie supporting these claims. No reliable announcement established that the wedding had been canceled or permanently postponed. The timing probably helped the rumor spread. The couple had been engaged since 2025, and Maddie had reportedly shown a glimpse of wedding preparations. At the same time, Jaafar's career had suddenly become much bigger because of Michael. That gave people a believable storyline. Perhaps the pressure of fame had changed their plans. But later public appearances did not provide obvious evidence of a relationship falling apart. The couple continued to appear together, including during their time in Capri. By August 2026, according to the original script, Jaafar and Maddie were still engaged. Their relationship had now crossed the 10-year mark. And that is arguably the most important part of the story. Their relationship did not begin after Jaafar became famous. It began when they were young artists working toward their own dreams. They stayed together through years when very few people were paying attention. They survived the enormous pressure surrounding Jaafar's transformation into Michael Jackson. And when the spotlight finally arrived, Maddie was still beside him. Professionally, Jaafar's position had also changed dramatically. The attention surrounding his performance opened the possibility of additional acting opportunities, allowing him to establish an identity beyond simply being Michael Jackson's nephew. For Maddie, meanwhile, the story remains more complicated. She is not merely Jaafar's fiancée. She has her own identity as a singer and songwriter, and the original script emphasizes that she was pursuing music before Jaafar's current level of fame. Ultimately, their story is not necessarily a perfect Hollywood fairy tale. It is a story about two people who reportedly started dating when they were young, stayed largely out of the spotlight, endured an intense period of pressure, and eventually found themselves facing worldwide attention together. The public only began noticing their relationship when the cameras arrived. But the relationship itself had already been there for nearly a decade. And perhaps that is what makes the story so interesting. The world saw the red carpets in 2026. It saw Berlin. It saw Los Angeles. It saw the vacation photographs. But those moments were only the visible part of a much longer story. The real relationship had been developing quietly since 2016. And despite the rumors, online criticism, and wedding speculation, the original script presents Jaafar and Maddie as still together and engaged as of August 2026.